Would you take a job where you have to watch explicit, disturbing, and deeply unsettling content every single day just for a paycheck? Personally, I don't have the stomach to handle that type of work on a daily basis. But this film, American Sweatshop, really makes you stop and think twice about what would it mean to pursue a career like that. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the film called American Sweatshop, and I'm going to provide you my spoiler-free review. The story centers on Daisy, a social media content moderator. On the surface, she's just another person behind a stressful job with a complicated personal life. But when she stumbles across a violent crime hidden in a video online, her whole world changes. Suddenly, her job isn't just about filtering content, it becomes about uncovering a truth that no one else seems willing to confront. What I really found intriguing about American Sweatshop is how it pulls back the curtain on a profession most of us never think about. Every day, real people sit behind screens deciding what the rest of us are allowed to see. This movie doesn't just show the emotional weight of that, it makes you feel it. The film is shocking at times, heartbreaking at others, and layered with this constant sense of dread that lingers throughout the entire movie. The characters each bring something unique to the story. Daisy, of course, is the emotional anchor. We see how the job chips away at her as she tries to make sense of what she saw. Then you have her boss, a rule follower to the core. She represents the cold, detached corporate side of the moderation. Get the job done, don't ask questions, and follow protocol. That tension between Daisy's humanity and the company's indifference is what drives the story forward. One detail I appreciate is how the film avoids showing you the disturbing visual directly. Instead of it leans on the sound, those muffled cries, and subtle hints of violence happening just off screen. Now, I would say that is disturbing as well, even though you don't see it. To me, that was almost more terrifying than actually seeing the content. Your imagination fills in the blank, and in many ways, what makes it worse, I would say though, its choice could be triggering for some viewers. So if you're sensitive to those kind of themes, definitely approach this movie with caution. Watching American Sweatshop remind me of the movie called Censor. In Censor, the focus was on a British film censoring, working through a video nasties of the 70s and 80s, deciding which films were too violent for the public. It had that grainy retro feel that really captured the era. American Sweatshop, on the other hand, is sleek and modern, but at the same time, it managed to give off this rustic industrial vibe. Both films deal with the same core idea. What happens to a person when they're forced to consume disturbing media over and over again? How does it change the way they see the world and themselves? Now, to be clear, this is not a horror movie. It's much more of a psychological thriller mixed with mystery. There's nothing wrong with that. It just means you need to set your expectations accordingly. The pacing is also something worth mentioning as well. The beginning absolutely hooked me. I was on the edge of my seat waiting to see how Daisy would handle what she discovered. But around the middle and into the final act, the film does start to lose some of the momentum, the tension dips, and while the conclusion tries to pull things together, it didn't hit me as hard as the setup promised. That being said, I do think American Sweatshop has something meaningful to say. At a core, it's about the unseen emotional toll of being the gatekeepers of the internet. These moderators are exposed to humanity's worst impulses, and yet they're expected to clock in, watch, approve, or remove content, and move on like it's just another day at the office. That's the real horror, even if the film itself leans more into the thriller side. So would I recommend this film? If you're someone who enjoys slow burn stories that focus more on character, atmosphere, and a more question rather than the high octane action, yes, it's worth checking out. But if you're looking for a non-stop thrill or a fast-paced horror experience, this one might not be for you. I would rate this film a 5.5 out of 10. I feel that the movie is too slow for me, and I'm coming to realize I just don't have the patience that I used to when it comes to movies anymore. So I wouldn't recommend this movie, but like I said, most people will enjoy behind the in-depth and the meaning behind it, but others will probably think it's a slow burn. If you enjoy spoiler-free reviews, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and until then, see you later.